I've suffered greatly with gut issues, but through this struggle, I've learned how to help you avoid the years of frustration and discomfort that I went through. Hey Wellness Warriors, I'm Dr. Nick Zarowski, and I started my holistic health practice in order to help you take control of your health naturally, because true health, it only comes naturally. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. A lot of times, people just don't realize how bad their stomach issues are until they're downright terrible. First, it starts with some bloating, which eventually turns into some upset stomachs. And then after that, life has changed as you once knew it. And the symptoms, they just keep compiling. The common response is, if I ignore it, well, it'll just go away. The problem is, it doesn't go away. And what started off as some bloating is now chronic stomach pain and gas, and now you're starting to react poorly to every food that you eat. And this leads you to where? That's the doctor's office. And what does the doctor's office recommend for you? Well, you guessed it, prescription drugs. Now, I don't know about you, but it is my goal to stay off of prescription medication and maintain my health naturally. Smash that thumbs up button if you have that same goal. But why? Why are all these nasty symptoms taking control of your life? Well, if we look at where most of them stem from, it comes down to inflammation in the gut lining. And when this inflammation occurs, there's a breakdown of many critical processes that are very important for digestion. Another key reason is due to bacterial imbalance in the gut. These probiotics in your stomach are wildly important. And we know based on research, somebody who's obese, they can take a strain of probiotics and start losing weight. Somebody who has insulin resistance can take a strain of probiotics and start reversing the insulin resistance. Somebody who has a gut condition can take probiotics and reverse the gut conditions. That just shows you how powerful these probiotics are. I'm gonna go more in depth on that in just a moment. Now, I had this whole negative chain of reactions occur with me and my gut health, and let me tell you, it was horrible. I don't wish it on anybody, but this is where I got the knowledge and learned about how dangerous gut inflammation truly is, because it spreads out and affects the entire body. For me, it first started where I just had a hard time digesting certain foods, but I thought to myself, no big deal, I'll just avoid that food. Well, I went from avoiding one food to needing to avoid 10 foods and 20 foods, and the list just kept growing. Before you know it, I was having a ton of problems with bloating. In fact, it would cause a lot of pain for me, and I would even look at times like I was 20 pounds overweight. Now, at the time, I didn't know what to do. I was in my mid-20s, and like most people, I just ignored the problem. I ignored it until it couldn't be ignored anymore. I started to develop a persistent rash all over my body, and the worst part is it was on my stinking face. I was seeing patients at the time, and it was horrible. Totally embarrassed at this point, I started to look for solutions in any way possible. I was using steroid creams, but nothing would work, and it wouldn't work because I was looking in the wrong place for solutions. I started to develop itchy skin really bad. I started to even have really weird immune responses. I would eat certain foods and my fingers would swell up. It was bizarre. And you're thinking, what? All from gut issues? You bet. And this is because your gut plays a critical role in your entire bodily health. It's important for your brain health, how your metabolism is functioning, and yes, even how your skin looks. For me, I developed gut inflammation, bacterial overgrowth, leaky gut, and I even developed autoimmune issues as a result of some simple, or what seem to be very simple gut issues. So let me ask you this, because you guys know I love chatting with you and I love to help you overcome these particular issues. And so let's start a conversation down in the comments below. Have you ever had any of these symptoms that I mentioned above? They're important to identify because, colon cancer is considered to be the disease of the future, the disease that everybody's going to struggle with. So put down below if you're struggling with some gut issues. Now, whenever I work with someone who's had some devastating colon issue, let's say they had colon cancer or they've had a large part of their colon removed due to some disease, I always ask them, at what point in your life did you realize that you had gut issues? Did you have any symptoms that showed up before the day that you went to the hospital to get that major surgery? And they go, geez, doc, I had issues 20 years prior to that. Or they say something like, yeah, this all started when I was a teenager. And then I always ask this follow-up question. Did you ever go to the doctors for this issue? And did they say anything about it? And they say, yeah, I went to the doctors, they told me there was an issue, but they said there's nothing that can be done. And I'm here to tell you that there is something that can be done, and you must do it. But why? Why is this happening? Why are there so many gut issues out there? And why is colon cancer considered to be the disease that everybody has to watch out for in the future? Well, these complex issues really come down to three major points. The first reason is a total disruption of your microbiome. This means that the probiotics within your gut are imbalanced and devastated. Now, there's a couple reasons that this happens. One of the probably more prominent ones is that most people have been put on rounds and rounds of antibiotics. And it's estimated that just one round of antibiotic will change the diversity of your microbiome forever. Of course, unless you counteract that. And here's a statistic that just drives me crazy. It's estimated that 50% of people in the United States that receive antibiotics didn't even need them. Now, another big reason is that, well, the agricultural industry, they're soaking everything in pesticides. And pesticides are in everything. And there's no doubt, according to the science, that this causes a disruption in your gut flora. So beyond killing off a healthy microbiome, there is another huge issue surrounding food. And that is people consuming on a daily basis dyes, emulsifiers, artificial flavorings, and who knows what other lab-made synthetic ingredient that you're finding in your food. Our gut, our digestive system, it's just not designed to digest chemicals all day, every day. Another big challenge is that you may not be eating a gut healthy diet, one that's loaded with leafy greens and high fiber vegetables. A lot of people, not you of course, because you watch this channel, but a lot of people are prioritizing carbohydrates, processed sugars, and a lot of processed fats that all lead to inflammation and forgetting about those high fiber vegetables that are loaded with prebiotics, which are an undigested fiber which supports a both healthy and diverse gut flora. Now, it's really important that we watch what we put in our mouth because as we've seen, there's a lot of bad stuff out there for our gut health. And we make these three major changes that will promote a healthier gut with less inflammation. First, focus on eating whole foods. And if there's an ingredient that you can't pronounce, there's a good chance you don't want to be eating it. Avoid all these artificial dyes and artificial flavorings and focus on foods that are from nature and found in nature. And I know that this can sound a little bit daunting, especially if you're new to all this, but it really comes down to one simple concept. And you can think of it this way so it doesn't stress you out. You can eat meat, vegetables, and fruit. Now, the next thing that you can do, of course, to the best of your ability, is to make sure that you're not buying produce that is covered in chemicals. I know that for my wife and I, the way that we avoid this is that we'll go to small farmers markets, we'll develop relationships with small growers that we know are not covering their products with a whole bunch of chemicals. And in some cases, you can even buy organic. And heck, if you feel up to it, you could even start yourself a little hobby garden. I know that at my house, we like to do some gardening and, put in the comments below, do you garden and what are your favorite crops to grow? Because this is of course is the best way to get some good, fresh fruit and vegetables. Now, I'm also a huge fan of gut healthy food. What am I talking about? Well, probiotic rich food, of course, and that's making fermented food right in your home. Now, you can go out and buy fermented food, of course, but it's so cheap and really easy to make it right at home. Some things that you might look for is sauerkraut, pickles. You also can get kimchi, you can get kefir, lots of really good probiotic rich foods. And the good thing is they have a huge diversity in them, which really support gut health. A lot of experts believe that you should be consuming probiotic rich foods, fermented foods on a daily basis. Now, all of these changes are stepping stones towards better gut health. Now, if you take your gut health seriously like I do, then you're gonna wanna watch this next video on the warning signs that your body desperately needs probiotics right here.